Hey guys, Christy Clemens with E320 Treasures. About to get started on this table, day number 2. Yesterday we put our no pain gel stain in espresso, first coat on the top of this table. Today, I'm going to show you what my next step generally is. I like to go across it with a very worn out sponge. For those of you who don't know, the sanding grit of a paper is graded by the lower the number, the harder the sandpaper. The higher the number, the more smooth. Like this is so worn out. This is a bajillion grit, actually. I generally strip my pieces when I'm sanding them down to wood with an 80 grit paper, so this is really, really high grit. Hey, Terry Ann. Oh my gosh, hey girl. So this has got our first coat of no pain gel stain on it. I like to go back over it. It's not, you don't have to. I personally like to go back over just using this old sanding pad. This is many, many years old. And just going over just to get any maybe dust or hairs or anything that might have settled in the stain since I put it on yesterday. I've already done the rest of the table. I just wanted to share this one piece with y'all. I've got a wet, lint-free cloth, and I'm going back over it to clear up the dust. It's not even really enough to get the table wet. It's just helping pick up the dust that the sanding pad stirred up. So we are ready for day 2. This is my leftovers here. Serena, hey girl, I know that's you. You're commenting as me. I put Serena as boss on my page, so she's commenting as me, which is super fine. Okay, I've got a little bit of a problem here. My stain, usually I pull the fingers out. It's okay, we just need it to be on because I don't want all this mess up in my nails. So this is the same sock that I used yesterday. And I'm only gonna do part of the table here on the end just to show you the second coat. It's okay, Serena, I don't care. It was just weird seeing my own name up there, but what else? All right, y'all see, ooh, look how that is coming on. On, off, that's my, I almost said on, off together and it came out off. Sounded like I'm from up north. See how that's coming out? Again, this is like a chocolate pudding consistency. And you just wipe it on. You could use a brush, you could use a sponge. I prefer the old glove single sock method because we always have ample single socks laying around the house. And I'm sticking to this is going to need 3 coats because the 4th coat I think would just be unnecessary and I don't want to waste product. So coming around the sides, smoothing it out. And I want my strokes to be even, so we're just going to come across and I'll come and open up these leaves after I get off camera and do the sides of them and the rest of the table. But that's pretty good. I'm going to take off my glove and show you an up close of the 1st and 2nd coat. Okay. Can y'all see the difference there? Here's the other side. You like it, Serena? Yes, you definitely have to give the stain a try. I absolutely highly recommend. It's my go-to. Like I said, I'm a lazy sander. I don't want to sand anything, so I have slick sticked the top of a dresser and gone straight over it with no pain gel stain. If you have a painted piece, so you've painted it white, black, blue, gray, orange, go back over it. You can look, you can just, this was over straight wood, but if it were painted with any other thing, you'd be able to do the same thing. All right, so I have a little problem piece over here. Let's see, this little chip. Right, yeah. So I'm gonna fix that using Dixie Belle's mud in brown. It looks like mud. So just a little bit there. Actually, I probably should have shaken that up a little bit more. I would recommend stirring your paint, your any products, because you want to get everything that's on the bottom and mix it up. But we're going to shake this, because shaking should be okay, but it should be not, the mud doesn't need to be a liquid consistency. It needs to be muddier. So this is going to take a couple of applications because of the depth of it. So I'll leave that layer on to dry, and then I'll come back and put on a second layer until it comes up and is flush with the rest of the side of this table. It does, it looks like peanut butter. My help, oh, I didn't even see him back there. That mess came in all snowy and icy earlier. He wants to stay outside because he basically just wears the fur coat. But yeah, he's not being much of a help, is he, Sharon? No, but no, Serena, I haven't put it in the fridge, but that's a good idea. I probably should. It stays pretty warm here, so it should have been a muddier consistency. Okay, so I'm going to step back here. This is where that is dried. By the way, this didn't take 24 hours to dry. This was dry when I went to bed last night, so it took about 12 hours, but the house is, I guess it's dry enough, and like there was no fan in here, but I could have put a second coat on last night, but I told y'all I'd do it today. So I wanted to wait and do it today. So we're gonna go grab the buttercream. Buttercream, like I said, it's a soft white with yellow undertones. And it's good for those neutral pieces, like a dining room table. Let's go over here. Dixie Belle covers incredibly well. This is a light color paint over, I'd say, a medium tone wood. It's like a walnut. It will take 2 coats, but it's not, I always say 1.5. That looks pretty, it complements well with that stain. What do you think? And I'll do this all the way around the table, do the legs. I did clean the legs earlier this morning with White Lightning. And so that's day 2. We've gone over it with a sanding sponge that's really light. There's my girl. Thank you for the heart, Serena. I've gone over it with a sanding sponge, and then we did a second coat of no paint gel stain in espresso. And then we came down here and painted our buttercream along the side of the table. So I will paint the first coat of buttercream along the sides, the legs and the feet, and we'll come back tomorrow and see how the stain is doing. If it dries and doesn't need a third coat, then I'm gonna leave it alone. But tomorrow we could possibly put a third coat of stain on. I don't know, Serena. Honestly, it covered those nicks. I was worried about the ridges being in the table where people just, you know, grabbed their fork and just been really rough on it. But the stain kind of went in. It doesn't look like it's gonna be distressed. I don't know. It looks so much better than I thought it was going to. But tomorrow we'll come back and do the rest of the second coat of buttercream, and I'll possibly, depending on how quickly it dries, maybe do some brown wax. So I mean, it's coming along really fast. So thank you. All right, guys, well, that's all. Thanks.